Hey, hi, hello. Today I'm going to give you some tips to improve your chord voicings and your harmony and really in how you use music theory in your life. And hopefully this is going to apply to people who don't have a lot of musical knowledge, because it probably won't do any good to the people who already do, but maybe not, because I've got some interesting thoughts on harmony and I know a lot. I don't know everything, of course. I know so little, but I know so much at the same time. So yeah, let's talk about it. Okay. So, the first thing is that, like, if you know these basic triad shapes, you're already doing amazing. You can write so much great music with this stuff. And the thing that really takes these triads and elevates them to the next level is when we start changing up how we voice them. So here's a basic F minor chord. Here's just the 1, 3, 5 of F minor, right? And there's two main ways that I can really spice up this voicing as it stands, right? So my favorite way to do it is to spread the notes out. This is called an open voicing, right? So now I'm playing the chord over a much wider range of the piano, which gives the chord a lot more room to breathe and live, which I think is huge, and it really impacts your sound. The second way is to play inversions. So inversions is the same thing that I just did there, except I keep them close, right? Right, and all I did was take this 1, 3, 5, and I went 5, 3, 1, and I went 5, 1, 3, 1, 3, 5, 3, 5, 1, 5, 1, 3, right? And what's cool about this technique, and the reason why it makes our music so much more compelling, especially playing with inversions, is now if I take a basic chord progression like F minor to B flat minor to F, right? 1, 4, 1, all over music. Suddenly, my artistic choices become not about how do I get the chord down there, but how do I use what I know and what I'm playing now to guide the song in a direction, right? And so I'm going to play that progression, and I'm going to play it ascending, and then I'm going to play it descending, and check out how we have a really compelling, like, a somewhat compelling performance of this. Right? Or I could have gone. Let's try descending. Okay, I kind of cheated there, but don't worry about that. Right? So now I have a song, I have direction, and we want our song to have direction, we want to have dynamics, we want it to be interesting, and the way that you make your shit interesting is you start low and you end high. That's all it takes. You start down here playing these kind of notes, and you end up playing these kind of notes. And if you can do that, you've written a cool song, something that's more cool to listen to than, you know, your favorite rap melody. You know what I mean? So, food for thought. Okay, so the second way to make your voicings more interesting is to add notes to the chords that you're already playing. So, take 1, 3, 5, and the coolest note, the easiest one to add is 7. And you can do this across all your favorite chords. What I would do is, if you've never really done this before, just take your scale, whatever you like. And just play your chords on it, you know? Run them up. And being able to really hit those voicings and get them consistent. And do your inversions on them. And you'll make compelling music, you know? So the easiest one to add is the 7th. And on minor chords, I like the 9, which is the second scale degree, right? And I like the 4. So I'm going to take this chord and I'm just going to add the 9 and the 4 to it, and it sounds like this. That's a cool chord. All I did was add a few notes to it. And what's fun about chords like these is you can get really creative with, and this is where your body ergonomics really come into piano playing if you're on keys, is like right here I'll hit A flat and B flat with my thumb. So I hit them both together, which I can't do on a chord that's a half step down. But a lot of times I hit 1 and 9 with my thumb together. And I'll hit 13. Cool idea. So, that's where your body ergonomics really come into play. And so the third thing that really ties into the second thing, but the thing that makes the second thing make sense as a concept, is the fact that you have to recognize all your harmony in a greater context. And what does that mean? Well, if I take a scale, let's say the C major. Well, inside C major, I have all these harmonies. And, it's really not hard to figure out these chords. And when you're writing music, it's just 1, 3, 5 starting on 1, and then 2, 4, 6, etc., going all the way up, right? And then, of course, my inversion thing still applies. I didn't come up with inversions, but... But what's fun is, we build chord progressions by saying, okay, let's go to the 1 chord, and then we'll go to the 4 chord, and then we'll go to the 5 chord, and then we'll go to the 1 chord. And I have harmony that moves in a direction, right? That's how I tell a compelling story through harmony. And the thing about voice and chords is once you start applying the first 2 principles, you kind of start to realize that there's no rules. You gotta be really careful on those Phrygians. And it seems like to me, the more that I play keys and the more that I try to come up with interesting chord voicings, what I start to realize is I'm not just playing chords anymore. I am playing a whole scale idea. But I'm just arranging the order of those notes in weird ways. So instead of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, I might arrange it like 1, 3, 4, 6. 1, 3, 4, 6. There you go. And I love that sound, and I think that, as you start to learn about chords and scales, just start throwing out what you know about basic triads, because you're never going to write, I can't say never, but once you kind of pick it up, move beyond that, and you will start to discover more interesting sounds. The final thing that I could tell you is try changing keys. Right? And so once you kind of get comfortable playing stuff in one key, then you might say, okay, let's take 2 chords from one key, and then we'll switch keys and we'll play 2 chords from that key, go back to the first one. Let's see what that might sound like. Here's F minor, here's G minor. Those 2 chords are in the key of E flat major. And let's go to E, watch. Right? And all I did was play a bunch of shit in F minor, and then I switched to the key of E major. And, I left the key center But that sounds dope. This change, this is one of my favorite changes. Oops. Better quit while I'm ahead. Anywho, I hope this helps you.